audio check here. Oh yeah. Should be coming in shortly. What happened, Sam? Were you sleeping for wins or nappy nap? Little nappy? As soon as my EMB decides it wants to cooperate with me, we'll be all good. At the same time, Wookie, all good. Nice. Ah, boy. So you'll notice, Wind, you now have the moderator tag as well. So, oh hey, EMB is important. But I knew it as soon as I saw it because that happened to me a while ago too. And it was only one file, literally. It was one lingering file that caused that whole thing. Although mine was worse than yours. Yours actually looked somewhat decent. Yeah, I added several for obvious reasons. Yeah, for you too, one file? Yeah. Yeah, and that's all it'll take to do that with EMB. That's why you don't just, you know, even if it's just the two folders and the two innies, you still really should remove those two. And then if you do any additional files or folders, meaning like rain folders, depth of field, make sure those are also removed first. So you, like what I do is on my notepad here, I write down from what EMB I took, so that if I do a swap, I know to take X, 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 and X out, or just, you know, X, X, X. But usually it's at least 4, sometimes 5. No, Strudel, I'm just getting started up. This will be the last. We may actually get into some gameplay today, because you know what, I was thinking about it. And there is another admin added, Mr. B. You will notice you have the admin tag, or I'm sorry, the what do they call it over here? Moderator tag. For the let's just say the shenanigans that have been going on. Get the counter ready yet? Yeah, you better get the counter ready. Although I don't think I'll break the run that Wind went on earlier. She still hasn't broken my record. I don't think anybody will break my record. And that was in the course of a day of a day, a night, and early morning the next day. But of course that was 2 dragons, so what I decided was that I'm actually going to keep the preset as the character. I'm not going to modify anything at all. We're going to keep him like this. EJ, welcome. She knows my nickname already. Who told her that? Strudel, did you tell her my nickname was Banhammer? That's awesome. Welcome, EJ. Welcome. The only other thing I was going to do was adjust his eyes, because if you notice, his eyes seem like they've changed. So we're gonna go back to the sliders. I want to, not his genitals, although we could look at his junk, although I don't have any nude. They're moderately lure friendly. Where are the eyes? Right there. Okay. What did I have them on? I had them on human brown. This was not the color I chose, and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, race menu. Yes, sir. It does. I have some additions, but it depends on how you set it up. I'm literally just running Wicco for the overhaul. And yeah, and I had the presets saved. Um, now I'm trying to remember what eyes, because his eyes were from Eyes of Beauty. Um, but we don't want the human. Although I think that's what I had. Now I can't be sure. They were, Marin. I'm trying to think of what they were. They were like this. They were similar to this. Mystery. Mystery Light. It's weird that the preset didn't save. This one adds in so much. Maybe it was the right one. You know what? Alright. I guess it was. Shall we, because the shape is fine. The shape is what I had it. Should we change his eye color? Hey, Sonar's popping in too. Yeah, it did win. It saved it. I just don't remember if this was the color I chose. I could have sworn they were slightly lighter. Gina, you're gonna make me hungry now. Ooh, excuse me, don't mind the coughing fit. I could have sworn his eyes were little. We don't want the human though, that's the thing. Male human. I could swear there was male elf in here as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's get to 35 again. What do you guys think of moss? Human moss for him. They okay? Think they're alright? A little bit lighter, but you have, it's got the hazel look to it, so. I am going to, I'm going to resave this preset. Right there. I think. Yeah, because I didn't want them to blend in completely with his hair. I like his hair. Like I said, it was one of the things where we popped right on it, and it works for him. And then after this, we'll go into setup. We'll actually we'll get into gameplay. Let's see here. Give me one moment. I just have to double check my list here. I have a little notepad that I want to confirm something on. Before I get to anything final with him, if there was any other changes that I have written down that I want to change with him. And the sad thing is I can't even read my own writing. It's terrible. No, I think that's about it. I didn't have anything else I really wanted to go over to. Because we were gonna keep his skin moderately clean. The uh, the lightness slash darkness of his skin was okay. I wasn't planning on giving him any scars. That may change throughout the course of the play. It's a possibility. It depends on things that happen throughout combat. And it may be a case where you may see a scar heal over time, but he may gain another scar throughout combat as well. We don't know, especially with certain aspects of this character. Is there anything else I wanted to change? Did I want to change his hair color? Let me see here. What did I have down? I'm trying to find, because I had numbers written down. It was easier for me to, and I'm going through my notes here. I don't think so. He's almost too clean looking. I know he's got, he's Bosmer. Or did I change the race? No, I didn't. Holy hell. I have him at Breton. That would be why. Oh, God. There he is. Alright. I picked Breton instead of Bosmer. Okay. I keep forgetting you can't just load up the preset. You have to actually select the race the preset is for. So his eyes are okay. Those are his eyes. We're good now. All is good in the world. Alright. Let's just see, was there anything else? Okay, no, that should be it. I know. Hey, it happens. So what's can I not? I can't. Let's just make sure here. Yeah, his weight's okay. He's got a slighter build, like I said. He's Bosmer, so he's not that tall. I was gonna adjust the ear tips, but like I said, the way that they are right now, they look okay. So he looks okay, so I'm okay with that. Alright. Yeah. Let's go back to presets. This is Eleanor. Officially introducing. No, he doesn't. He has a little soul in his eyes. You can't really see that. Let's see here. Can we see? Will you allow us to? Nah, it's a little dark in here. Just take that torch. We'll wait for some stuff to load up first, and then we'll get into the good stuff. And yeah, there's been times where I've done that before. I think it was like the first time that Because Wind, you were the one that told me that we could actually save the presets. Do you hear them? There they go. That's awesome. A little too bad. There they go, they're fighting. Alright. It's crazy, isn't it? Alright, let's go through this. Accept. Alright. All geared up, derivative. We will set this up when we get out of this room. Apocalypse is good, campfire is good, cathedral weathers. I'm gonna leave this alone for now. Clothing fixes. Get the protective clothing. Complete alchemy. Let's actually set this up now. Alright. We do want the load screens. Yes. Learn effects and recipes. Yes. Cooking. I want the XP notification. Get water from wells. We'll pretty much use wells. We will craft water at the cook pot. I'm not going to use the buckets. I think that's slightly tedious. We will enable inebriation messages. Added cooking recipes, yes. I don't mess with the multiplier. I'm going to leave it there. Harvest, I'm going to leave this alone. The frequency, however, is going to be uncommon and the quantity reduced. Harvest flesh, always allow. Partial green packed, not full. And I do want the message box pop up for that. Farming and basic needs. The penalties notification message. I want first person. We're gonna take care of these at a later time. Not yet. Minimum time for rested. We want 6. Restrict rested duration. The max of 8 hours. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Let's back out of that completely. Don't worry about diverse dragons, deadly... we may as well set up dragons. Why not, right? Let's keep them at expert for now. And then assault. We're going to keep it to single dragon, but we are going to check the unleveler. I'm not going to have another forest dragon fiasco on my hand. I don't think I need anything in Misk. Okay. Finis. That should be all. Back out of that after you do that. Finis is kind of finicky. Forgotten magic. He will... Let's see. Is it Divine Light? There's a Healing Touch. Wind, the one that you were using was from Druid. It was Healing Touch, wasn't it? I know Divine Light does it too, but it's more like a fast healing spell. I'd rather the healing over time. Alright, so yeah, it is. So that's the only one we're gonna track. He's, like I said, he's a combat archer. So magic is next to nigh with this individual. Face light we'll worry about later. I do need the message for gist. Show message untrapped. Leveling I don't worry about, I let it take care of itself. Ignore some of the stuff, you didn't see nothing anywhere there. Immersive HUD. Activation. Yes, and yes. Options. Fast fade of all of my things. Compass is fine. Crosshairs goes to 115. Magicka. Health. Stamina down to 80. Beautiful. Back out. Okay. So as you'll notice, but we're still not done with the HUD. But we can hide it now. Okay. Missives we'll leave alone. We'll take care of that later. Oh, BIS. I will be enabling this. Sky UI, leave it alone. Strange runes. Can't play without that. Even on a non-magic character. Must be in the game. Violence, yeah. Last enemy. Stealth. Okay. Wet and cold. This is the fun one. We didn't get to this before. He's gonna have just the blur. He's not gonna have the full. We will have the rain blind. Followers will have, yes, leveled lists, add that. Cold, same thing. Take away strong winds, we do, nah, we'll take away snowy because I like that. NPCs will be, nah, we'll leave it alone. He's not full on survival. We will take the watery eyes. Followers, yes, leveled lists. Definitely back out after you do wet and cold. Just go back into it. Widget mod. This is the fun one. Load user settings. And now you can see everything is proper. Back in. I need basics. Hunger rates 2. Thirst rates 2. I'll put to 2 for now. Advanced. No, we just want notifications. First person, current needs. We want both. Position is middle right. We want green. Color based. Back out of there. I'm severely thirsty, apparently. Alright. What else? What else? What else? What else? XP MSC. So his sword, we're gonna keep it in the default position because of the bow. So I'm okay with that. But for non-players, of course, the sword on the back. I love that. Dagger for me will also be on the default position for NPCs on back. Greatsword, don't worry about it. Shield, don't worry about it. Staff, don't worry about it. Bow is fine. I'm leaving it there. Frostfall, XP 32. Non-player, same thing. Don't worry about the rest. He should be good to go. F to the 5. Are they really still fighting up there? Bunch of bastards.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Healing touch. The deep sea. Yeah, the degradation is actually pretty fun, Sonar. Is pretty fun. So, I still didn't actually come up with the start for him. I was tempted to do the Skooma Addict in a den, because that places me in a rift, but it places me with next to nothing. And with bears and wolves and trolls. And I do have to bump my difficulty up. I know my difficulty was down during testing, and of course, toggling God mode and all that, just to do some testing. But I'm fairly happy with how it came out. I am going to be looking for some things, so he's not a merchant. He's definitely not a pilgrim. Jeez. So he has arrived at Angie's camp in Falkreath Hold. You guys have seen it.
A life filled with
But I do
opportunity
like this
awaits
one
you,
because it does
traveler.
give him a little bit of starting gear. You could already see the torch that I have from all geared up. We'll get into some things. I'm gonna give him some base things right away. I think. He's not gonna have the good stuff though, don't worry, I'm not gonna make him overpowered. We are gonna take Jefferson. Storyteller is the most important wood elven god and patron of Valenwood. Follower, travel faster when you are not in combat. Explore new locations. Read stories of others. Hunt animals. Wood elves, Bosmer, are most deserving of my favor. Thank you, dear diary, for cutting off my dialogue. Accept it. You just have to. And for God's sake, man, take that off, please. He has 100 iron arrows. He started us with an iron axe. That's okay. Set a few things up here. Add item menu. Yes. We want I need. We want instincts. We want prey. Sated. I am severely thirsty. Do I have anything? Food. I have some water. Oh wow, they give me 7 water skins. Look at this. I'm not gonna eat a sack of wheat. Some potato soup though. They gave me a lot of foods to start off with. I'm surprised. Huh. Well, Angie, do you have any food
Name's
for me
Angie,
before I leave?
and if you try anything stupid, I won't hesitate to put an arrow in your head.
Oh, wow. I'll just take your beef and vegetable stew then. Oh, she does have arrows. Okay, we'll leave them alone. That I can actually take. That will start my archery off slightly better. Okay. Back out into the world. I figured out part of the audio, and it's because of the New Beginnings mod. So it's a little unavoidable, but I'm okay with it. And Majestic Mountains is doing its own thing. Okay. You should. You should, Sonar. It's quite interesting. Oh yeah, all geared up. Let's take care of some of that stuff right now. Coin purse, small. I'm actually going to disable some certain things with him. The potions will keep. He's gonna have the torch on him. But things like the lute, the horn, flute's already off, drum's off. Azura's star. For his weapons, let's lock in the hunting bow. And I don't believe I assigned anything yet. No I didn't. So Iron War Axe will go to 1, hunting bow will go to 4. Base healing for now. He will have flames for now. I don't think he'll really use them. He may. So healing is obviously 5 for me. And then flames will be 2. Well sated. Yeah, and I'm rested. Cool. Okay. Not gonna start Hunterborn just yet. Pea soup. Coppersmith's bar. Okay. Doesn't weigh much, but we can take it. It's just straight Jefferson. I like to stick to the lore, EJ. His name is Jefferson. Ah. Skyrim, you beautiful, beautiful province. And a quite deadly one for a Bosmer, but he's moderately prepared. He's decent in combat. Like I said, we will try to adhere to the Green Pact for the most part, but actually, let me see. Did they give me anything else? I didn't get anything else. I just got my iron arrows, some garlic, some salt piles. Let's since we now are in the game, let's set up organized bandits. Wow, wrong thing. So when I enable them, I'll show you guys something with this. Reduce that. Because inside you have a 5. It's unavoidable. Outside, same thing. Randomize, yes, you want them. Give potions, yes. Chance, I'm comfortable with 30. Clean up corpses, yes, you want that ticked. Level limit. No bandits will be added if they're above the level. Yeah. And then special. I would like to see Minotaurs, and I would like to see spiders. Spiders from this. Okay. Already, huh? Oh, they didn't waste any time, did they? Jeez. Loki, get your counter out. They don't mess around. It's that mage you really have to be worried about. Oh, she's. Oh, I got a pouch. Awesome. He is a cannibal after all. Lockpick. I definitely do that. Steel sword. We'll take one of those. Okay. So let's see here. So he's got the war axe. 12. We'll keep him with the axe. Yeah, a lot of F5ing because just bump that up to master right now. Save on travel. Better keep that off. Back out of here. Let's see. Display. Now, Win, this is what you were saying, the object fade. This is what was causing yours to pop in and out the cheese. I'm going to raise that up a little bit. Grass fade is already taken care of from my innies. We'll put the subtitles on. My depth of field is already set. So this is not going to be easy for him. I think there's more of them. Oh yeah.
That all you got?
Wow. Don't mess with a two-hander.
Gonna split your belly like an old woman. You'll be so much easier to wrong when you're
Well,
dead.
I'm just gonna shoot you. Did I get him in midair? No. We don't need the water skins. See if we could draw any of the other ones out. Unless they were the ones that were here and they were walking up the path. Nah, we're good. We're safe. 92 arrows left. What's this? Satchel, briar hearts. Got foxglove nectar. Dark elf. Lockpick. Do they have anything? There's a book. We're working. Take that. Looks like they had a small campfire here. Let's see. For plate. need that fur helmet. Okay. I would prefer a hood, but... On the corpses, took the woodcutter's axe. Let's take that shield, just in case. What's this? Medallion. Septums we'll need. Ash hoppers too. Garlic we'll need. This one's empty. Okay. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah. Yeah, it is wind. Yeah, the objects fade fixture cheese. Okay. Yes, I'm getting back to reading this now. Yeah, I'm running all of Future's mods. Let's take a look inside. He doesn't know. Got down with 2. Hide armor, hide boots. There's more of them. Turn my light off here. Let's go into first person. It's an ice wolf. He hits me and I'm done. Lucky. One bite from them. Take the goat hide. Alright, what's this? Minor potion. Are you sure? Think he's sure? I don't know. He must have been sure in life. Guess that equates to him being sure in death. Alright. He's a little on the overly cautious. Oh, jeez. Bastards. So I could heal up a little bit. I hear another one. Is there another one? Or is that just the wind? Hi, wind. Nope. Alright, let's see. You know, I really should activate it at this point. Although I know I'm gonna need a hunting knife, so... It's been a while since I've utilized Hunterborn. Sense direction, scrimshaw. Alright. Build campfire. I'll come back into these. We have some basic ones. And I'll probably set it up a little differently, but right now he doesn't really have anything. Kohler! Greetings! Been a while, good sir. Good to see you. And that means I'm getting tired. And night is falling. You may eat another corpse. Awesome. Ancient Nordic coins, yes. Well, that was certainly interesting. Animal allegiance. Could be useful. Seems to be a fort. Bastard. The coins that you are seeing are, I believe, from Mr. B's loot. I'm running all of his combined loot and treasure mods. Greywater Grotto. A burning fort. Small cave, really? See what's in the grotto. Unique treasures and artifacts. You did hear a dragon indeed. Take the hide. Raw venison. It's terrible, I'm just missing them. Looks like his buddy didn't see. Or he's like an immortal wolf, look at that. Alright. Nothing else. Okay. Turn the light on. Gonna manually loot this one. Although I could probably take that dagger. You know what? Let's field dressing. See, slack chicken. I'm a bit fatigued. Let's just dispose. No, this, well, he's a somewhat of a follower of the Green Pact, but not really. You'll understand what, oh, face mask, nice. I'm almost overweight. It's manual food. Dearest Finn, I'm keeping this series of journals for you, journals as you recommended, so that these pages will serve as memories when my own mind fails. Already, what was once a great atlas of experiences, thoughts, and recollections is now nothing but a white sheet, an empty canvas. Yet the fear still exists that may misplace these journals, or forget your sage advice altogether. In time, I fear I will cease to remember my own name. Thankfully, my more immediate concern allows me a moment of respite from the worries of tomorrow. As I attempt to cross the Gerald Mountains, I now understand why you countenanced, wow, couldn't even pronounce that, countenanced your dread when I told you of my plans. However, it is not the ogres or ice wraiths that claim the most lives here. It's the hunger and the cold. Yesterday I found a camp just off the main trail. A young woman was seated by a pile of wood dressed in black linen robe. Her body shivered awkwardly, and she greeted me through a chatter of teeth. Jocelyn was her name. She was having trouble lighting the fire. She claimed to be well versed in destruction magic, which was not surprising, given her garb. In fact, she was able to handle all but the most rudimentary of spells, flames. When she said the word, I couldn't help but notice a deep sadness in her eyes. And it was as if her mind had recalled some long-forgotten regret. At such times, I'm almost thankful my own memory fails me. Her eyes shone with a similar melancholy when I asked her if she had studied at the college. She only nodded her head to make conversation. I inquired who was teaching restoration there, knowing full well I wouldn't remember the name. Fortunately, this journal may prove more resilient than I. A niece, she said. She studied under a woman named Anise. Lathgwen. Let's take that. Interesting. I am going to, let's see. I don't believe I'm going to need the great sword. And it's not really worth much. Could it be her? The pelts will come in handy. Wow. She did quite the number. Ice wolves. That is vintage.
Greetings, fellow traveler. I apologize for my singing. I didn't realize I had an audience. I sometimes fashion myself a bard or a sword singer of legend.
Yes, that was a beautiful song.
It's more ominous than beautiful. But I suppose its melody won't lack the suitors. Maybe not now, but in time.
So are you an adventurer of some sort?
Hardly. In my time with the wolves, I did a lot of small favors. Pest control, muscle jogs, or hunting down petty thieves. As someone who spent half her life in the slums and the other half tracking and hunting forest game, this work came easy. Unfortunately, raiding caves, Draugr crypts, ghost ships and spider dens are another matter entirely.
So what does that make you?
I don't know, but I don't have the skills to survive as an adventurer. You need to know which mushrooms are food and which ones are poison. You have to learn how to sleep on a bed of rock and with one eye open. And, as a hunter, you have to get used to the idea of being prey. The worst part is, you might spend a week in some crypt and have no treasure to show for it.
For reasons,
So
I
you also
went.
have to learn to handle disappointment. Yet it's not the size of a cave that worries me, but what lives inside it. Particularly the caves marked by the fall.
And what marking do you speak of?
The former marked the entrance to their caves with a sculpture of painted bones. I'm repulsed by it, but I don't think I could venture into a cave if I wasn't sure those things were hidden beneath the markings help.
So why do you fear the Falmer?
I grew up in a poor village outside of Whiterun. It was very small but full of children and as such full of life. They said when we played in the yard, the peals of laughter rang all the way to Dragon's Reach. Yet, when I think about that village, I can never hear it. I listen for it, train my ears toward the darkness. But what comes out isn't laughter. There were screams that night. So many screams. The Falmer took my mother, they took my father. They tried to take me.
And how did you escape the Falmer attack?
Before she took me in, my mother used to light a single sconce by my bed to ward off the dark. I remember the way the light wrapped around its face, how it stood there, tracing its mouth with its tongue. I'm sorry. No more talk about the Falmer. They're foul creatures, and if I never see another, it will be too soon.
So have you found anything of interest here?
Nothing. Just the usual trinkets surrounded by corpses, blood and bones. The bandit corpse over there is still fresh. Looks like I arrived here before the wolves could desecrate it. The face on that one looked familiar. I almost thought it was someone I knew. A friend's, cousin's, uncle or something. What does that make us? Strangers. But even the death of a stranger seems like something worth mourning.
You are right, we should bury the body.
You're welcome to. It's not something you want to make a habit out of doing, though. I mean, if I could, I would give them all proper burials. But there isn't enough time in this lifetime, I'm amazed.
The melody you sung. It's not as common as some of the other local favorites.
No, I imagine it isn't. Few have ever heard it, and even fewer understand what it's about. Some say it's a quiet song of glory, while others will tell you it tells the loudest of tragedies. You see, to be a companion, to be part of the circle, one must give up a piece of their humanity.
Circle.
It was not something I was willing to give. So I left my shield brothers and sisters and set out on my own. I figured I needed time to myself. I've grown weary of saying goodbye.
So I imagine it would be a difficult choice for you to make then.
Not at all. The choice was easy. I've always been suspicious of easy power. The only strength that you can truly rely on is the kind that's earned.
So have you ever thought of returning to the companions?
No. And it has nothing to do with the circle. That's why I left, but there's a different reason why I won't return.
So what's the reason?
When I was a child, I thought of nothing else but joining the fabled companions. Not out of some desire to be a hero, but because I believed there was no safer place to live than inside the great mead hall of Yvaska. I remember kneeling on the steps, drenched in wet rags, the clouds practically screaming the rain. It must have looked so pitiful, begging Skjorn to take me in. Yet it wasn't pity he gave me, but scorn. Who do you think we are, girl? He said. Yvaska is not an orphanage. And he was right. All my life I'd sought the protection of others, when I should have been learning to protect myself.
But we all need to rely on others. Surely you've not come this far without help.
True. There are many times when I have relied on the strength of others, and each time it has only served to hinder my own development. I once travelled with a companion.
Well, that sounds familiar.
You might even call him a friend. For years I would rely on him for food, for warmth, and for someone to talk to. But what if the day came when I couldn't summon his aid? And then what would become of me? No. That wasn't going to be my fate.
It sounds like you almost resent your companion work.
Resent is probably too strong of a word. My time with the wolves was disappointing, but only because I had a false impression of who they were.
So what did you think they could do for you?
As a child, I thought they could protect me. As a woman, I thought they would groom me. It was naive to think so. Wolves may run in packs, but there's a hierarchy, and a competitive one. Whatever skill or strength I gained, I earned on my own.
How did you eventually become one?
The wolves will recruit any fighter who is strong and virtuous, for there are few in this world who are both. My chance came about 7 summers ago, when the city held a tournament to celebrate the birth of the Jarl's son.
So what happened at the Jarl's tournament?
I was a girl not even flowered, and the crowd behind me laughed and jeered when I requested to enter my name on the archers list. But all went silent when Jarl and Greymane vouched for me, and paid for my entrance with a dagger from the Skyforge.
So why did Jorland vouch for you?
From his view atop the Skyforge, he'd seen me grow from a child who could barely knock an arrow to one who could bullseye a flea. He watched me train outside Yvaska day and night, in the chills of winter and the rains of spring, so that I could one day earn my way inside. And on that day, there was not an archer in Whiterun whose aim was more true. Not Aethys or Irla, not even Ayla the Huntress would best me.
Wow. Yeah, color me impressed. I've heard tales besting those 3 is an impressive feat.
I was fortunate. Ayla's a more skillful archer than I, but on that day she was not at her best, and I was never better.
Alright. Well, old keys. Lots of old keys. Rusty key. I think that's all I'll take. I have no idea if I should take all of them. So let's see, I did gain... Where is it? Alright, the pouch. Could have sworn I got a backpack. It's not a perfect fit for him, but for right now. Looks like she's leaving. Did she have a bedroll here? She did not. Okay. It is 2 a.m. We need to find some place to rest. There's a lot more of them in here than I thought. Obviously she took care of most of them, but... Let's turn the light off here. Have a good night, Loki. Thank you.
Yes?
Alright, well, we may as well make it to the fort if we can. Let's see if I can go this way. Oh wow, it's worse than I thought. Look at that. Let's try to not make as much noise as we can, because you never know. Everything's burnt to shit here. See if we can find a way inside here. There's a door right here. Oh, well, don't go ruining it for me, Sonar. I don't want to know. Northerners boots, huh? Carrying too much, of course I am. So hide boots are 7. Let's throw those on. Ooh, did I We have 10 wolf pelts, alright. We're right at 285. So we are hungry. We gotta find a bed or something like that. Let's grab a bite to eat real quick. Some stew. And some water. See how bad those rebel boots look. Oh, they don't. Oh, I didn't equip them. That's probably why. Or didn't I take them off him? I did. What the hell? Fur shoes. Northerners boots. That's it. Okay. No, they don't look too bad. Could always use more arrows. Book of Bandits, that can come in handy. Dry goods. Gamer wheat. What's this? Food that's been here for a while. It's not good. Alright. Let's see what I can make here. Yeah. Gunir still. He's still dead. He's still dead. He is still dead. We can make some jerky. It's like bacon. Everybody loves bacon. You know, bacon wrapped bacon. And some apple juice. Animal tallow. Let's mix. Don't know what that's gonna do. Strange brew, huh? Eye of the wolf. Gives you strange ideas for things to brew. Also gets you really drunk. Yeah, why not? Okay. Over encumbered again. Drop, well... There's gauntlets. Let's take those. Let's see. I won't be wearing the cuirass, but huh. Imperial Templar. Look at all this stuff. Wow. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep. Slaughterfish so. Look at the value on that bad boy. That's crazy. Fortunately, I do not have the room. I barely have the room for these. Let me store some more stuff here. Even with the we have the shield. I honestly probably won't use the shield. It's not worth that much, so just stitch it. Battered crate. Argonian blood wine. Definitely take that. Magic assault. Let's see, nothing in there. I don't trust a lot of this food that's been out. Potions, of course. Torture. Ah, there we go. And take that steel dagger. Let's see here. 9, 12. It's a little better, right? Not too bad. What's this? Knapsack. Take that. What's this book? Book of the Dragonborn? What's this? Yeah. Leave it, it looks stupid. Ah, thank you, Wind. Mage, what's that? Book. Money I like. We do have some things I could make use of. What's in here? So we got another one here. Ooh, more pouches, nice. Quite my style, but they're gonna have to do. And picks of the lock. Alright, let's just the jail. What is this? Can't even sleep here. Take the money. Is there nobody alive down here? Northerner axe, huh? It's a battle axe. These Imperials. Arrows I can take. Alright. Yeah, we're finding all the pouches. There we go. Increase by 10. What does this do? Increase by 5. 10 is better than 5. What's my axe do? 11. Let's take that. Oh, no way through. It's already morning. Get a bite to eat here. We have all that jerky, may as well have some, right? Tons of water skins. Let's try this side of the keep. Maybe when I wake up, I'll read the journal. Ah, there are beds here. And monies. Holds of Skyrim. Next unit tactics. Let's see. Light helm, no. Just the money is good. Ah. Can't even sleep in here, can I? So this should probably be the way. Ah, that's right. Well. So I have to say, guys, what I did was I switched back to EVT, right? I wound up having several issues with Matthew's trees. Specifically placement and it's just a little bit heavier. Not that my system really can't handle, you know. I throw a decent amount at it. And while I was still at 59 I was still at 59 FPS. Oh, there's my buddy. This way? Well, the FPS was still on par. Oh, and I did, Sonar, I took your advice. Yeah, they look a lot better. Yep, that's exactly what it is. You noticed it, right? There's two of them. Oh, he is leading me. Look at him. That's why you never kill the foxes. The only ones of them that'll attack you are the ones under the spriggans. Beautiful, and the hanging moss is back to normal. Which I can't pick it though. It's nice though, misty in the morning here. 7:18. It is beautiful. It's F to the 5 here. Let's do a couple things here. Alright. He's got a leather hood. Now. I favorite these. Leather hood's gonna be 5 now. This will be 6. Which means healing is gonna have to be 3. The reason for that is without a toggle, helmet toggle anymore, they are now keybinds. And as you can see now with the health, magic, and stamina potions, they are on my person. We'll like to keep it that way. This won't be good. Time to get wet. But if you're gonna hide in the water, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Something did him in. Can I even get around to them? I really just want my arrows back. Damn bandits. Mead. Take the mead. Where's your buddy? Steel hatchet, huh? Bad. Or I could break that down, couldn't I? They don't make it easy, do they? See, I normally set it up differently. Alright, so 1 is usually my melee weapon. 2 and 3 are devoted to spells. Specifically destruction. And usually it'll be something out of the Forgotten Magic tree. Depending on how I play, right? 4 is always my bow. 5... depending on my character. If it's a mage, 5 would be my main conjuration summons, or raise dead. In this case, though, with me having to do keybinds for both my cloak and my hood. Sorry about that. Hood would be 5, cloak would be 6. So that way, when I do fashion a better one, I could take them on and off at will. And then 7 and 8 are usually... 7 would normally be something like Soul Trap or another conjuration. 8 is utility. It sometimes varies. However, with this character being archery based, you're going to see a lot more bows being put there. So I have to get rid of something, don't I? What else did I pick up? Shorts, see. Alright. Go back. This isn't gonna end well. Whew. Sneaking up on me. Bastard. Alright. I know, I'm storing armor inside a wolf. Not immersive. Or is it too immersive? Nobody knows. I just know I hate this cloak. I hate this cloak so much. Hey buddy. Let's just follow this path here. Settlement. F to the 5.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now,
Dragon.
It was as big as the mountain and black as night.
You saw nothing.
It flew right over the barrel.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
What have you got for sale?
The finest weapons and armor.
Right. Let's see. Alright, let's see what we can craft here.
It was a dragon. It'll kill us
I would
all
like
if
to,
we don't believe me.
Some and those dogs, they look a mite big.
Try your best. You want us any bigger?
And the blade?
No. We'll need a new one soon.
I'll talk to Alvar about getting us a new one.
Hunter's bedroll. 2 wolf pelts, 3 strips, 2 leather. Okay, so we have a bedroll. We're good on food, we're good on water. He's working away. Let's see if there's any way we can get him off this forge. Alright. Awesome. What can I make that's better than what I have here? Not much.
Are those parts ready yet?
Can only hammer so fast, Colonel.
They don't have to be perfect. Just send them over when they're ready.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more here to make much of anything. Some iron ingots, huh? Thought I had some of them. Considering it's daytime, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. Let's use the smelter here. Alright guys, so like I said, this is much of a test as anything.
Well, I'd better get to work.
I have everything set up. Now everything I looked at looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. May have to reinstall my map mod because I'm not happy about that. But I think I know what I did with that. So, yeah, so I'm gonna call it for now. So this testing with this setup is actually pretty good. Like I said, with Bathy's trees being in there, the placement. I don't remember if you realized, was it yesterday or the day before? I mean, some of his trees clip pretty badly. They look gorgeous. They're probably the best visual tree mod on Nexus that I've seen. But that issue is just a little too much for me. So I went back to EVT. I've been happy. Runs absolutely amazing. Let me back out. Let me make
Care, husband.
a hard save. Start over 3. So yeah, so he'll be ready shortly. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a full play. I just wanted to test some things out. So far, so good. But we'll have to see, because I don't think I'll be doing the Angie start. And I'll be honest with you guys. I only took her start in New Beginnings in general was for the base alternate start, while it's great and it's required for the other mod, I've used every option about 1,000,000 times. So, a little something new. Unbound is also possible, but we'll have to see. So, yeah, so that's it for me for tonight. I know it went a little later. It's 20 to 1 my time. So, he's gonna get some sleep. Next time you see him, he'll be nice and rested. All the other fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy your night. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm gonna be calling it here. What's tomorrow? Friday? Today is Friday. All right. So I'm in the future again. What we'll do is we'll figure out exact starting gear. And we'll have to set up a little bit of magic for him. But nothing that's going to be game breaking. So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow, probably, yeah. But earlier, because I know at this point, like, you know, Loki's usually they're in bed or getting up shortly. So yeah. What I will do is I will actually post this mod list in the PC load order channel. For those that are curious as to other things that I'm running with this current setup. So yeah, Mel, I know. And the other thing too that I considered is that there was another certain character that I said I would try to set up for, but the problem is I wanted to make sure the grass and the landscape and everything looked okay, and they do. Figure out the tree situation. I did that. But I think on my other profile, we may do a little alternating between Elendar here and a, let's just say, character from the past. That would make Loki really happy. And there's only a couple things to that I need to add in. Obviously, certain armors, a certain extra start. So, we'll have to see. But so far what I saw today was pretty good, and I'm happy with that. Like I said, performance hasn't budged. But we'll get back into it. There was a couple things I wanted to do with regards to the creation kit itself, and possibly sort of like a unique bow to him, one that he rarely uses, but he will if need be. So we'll have to see about that. So, and with that all, I bid you adieu. Thank you for joining me tonight. I know it was a little shorter than normal, but and I didn't die, and this is probably the first time that's ever happened. I came close. I did. I came close at least once. I want to say 2, but at least once. So, yeah, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I see y'all tomorrow. We'll flesh him out a little bit, and I will go over his story. Obviously, the companion, or the ex-companion member that I met happenstance. I had no idea there was anybody. Just like I didn't know anybody was in the cheat room, or not the cheat room, the alt start room. So, you guys have a good night. Oh, you're welcome. Wind, anytime. So everybody have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Get some sleep, or if you're just waking up, good morning. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one. Good night. Bye.